You're listening to Daily Review. In the next few minutes, we'll explore a book designed to make you think, grow, or just escape. Whether you're looking for practical advice or a compelling story, your next great book idea is right here. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, let's just get right into it. The book we're talking about today is Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erikson. And yeah, that title is designed to get your attention, because really, who hasn't felt that way? You're in a meeting or talking with a friend, and you're trying so hard to explain something, but they just don't get it. It feels like you're speaking a totally different language.
The book kicks off by leaning right into this feeling, but it takes it to an incredible extreme. The author, Thomas Erikson, a communication expert, is called in to consult with a CEO. And this CEO, let's call him Stuart, is absolutely 100% convinced that every single person who works for him is a complete and utter fool.
And this whole idea that everyone else must be the problem is exactly what this book dives into. Stu, the CEO, is kind of our poster child for this massive problem of misunderstanding. So get this. Stuart's employees were so terrified of him that they actually installed a warning light system. Green light meant the coast was clear, he wasn't in the office. Red light meant, warning, the CEO is here, stay away. So Erikson, the author, listens to all this and then asks Stuart a simple, devastating question. Who hired all these idiots? Stuart, of course, had hired them all, and he immediately threw Erikson out of his office. The point was made. The problem wasn't everyone else. The book's big idea is that we call people idiots just because they communicate differently than we do.
So how do we fix this? Well, Erikson lays out a solution, a simple framework for understanding people. It's based on a well-known psychological model called the DISC system, but he makes it super accessible by boiling it down to 4 colors. Now, this isn't about slapping a label on someone and putting them in a box. It's about getting a practical tool to decode why people behave the way they do.
So, the system has 4 colors: red, yellow, green, and blue. Each one represents a core behavioral pattern. But here's the secret sauce. It's not really about finding out your own color. The real magic happens when you learn to spot the other colors and, more importantly, adapt your own style to connect with them. It's like learning to speak 4 different languages. Okay, here's the whole system on one page. Think of it like a map. You've got 2 axes. The first is pace. Are you fast-paced or slower-paced? The second is focus. Are you more focused on tasks or on relationships? Reds and yellows, they're fast. Greens and blues, they take their time. Reds and blues, they're all about the task. Yellows and greens, they're all about the people. This little chart right here is the key to the whole thing.
All right, let's meet the cast of characters. As we go through these, I want you to be thinking, which one sounds like me? And maybe, more importantly, who do I know that is exactly like this? Let's start with the Reds.
Reds are the drivers. They're competitive, ambitious, and they move fast. They are born leaders who love to take charge. When a Red walks into a room, you know it. They're all about getting results, and they have very little patience for chit-chat or indecision. Their motto is basically, just get it done.
And this story from the book just says it all. A Red CEO who decided that even reading, a hobby, had to be a competition. He wasn't just reading to learn, he was reading to win, timing himself to hit 100 pages an hour. That's a Red for you. Now, let's look at a personality that's just as fast-paced, but for totally different reasons, the Yellows.
Yellows are the life of the party. They're the inspirers, social, enthusiastic, and wildly optimistic. They're all about relationships, creativity, and having a good time. They can talk to anyone, and their energy is infectious. Their motto, isn't this fun? They absolutely love being the center of attention.
I mean, how can you not love that? This anecdote is pure Yellow. Their car gets smashed on one side, and instead of freaking out, their first thought is, no problem, there's another door. That relentless, almost unbelievable optimism is their signature trait. Okay, now let's slow things down and meet the most common personality type, the Greens.
Greens are the glue that holds everything together. They are the supporters, calm, patient, and incredibly reliable. They are amazing listeners and the ultimate team players. Greens crave stability and harmony, which means they will do almost anything to avoid conflict. Their motto is, let's all just get along.
This story is so perfectly green. He'd rather freeze outside for 15 minutes than bother someone and create a fuss. That deep-seated need to not be a burden, even when it's totally necessary, is the heart of a green. And that brings us to our final color, the meticulous and logical blue.
Blues are the analysts. They are driven by logic, precision, and quality. If you want something done right, give it to a blue. They are methodical,
cautious, and they need all the facts and data before they make a decision. For them, perfection isn't just a goal, it's the only acceptable outcome. Their motto is, let's do it right.
And you've probably met someone like this, a blue dad who, instead of just grabbing a shovel, pulls out a tape measure to calculate the exact volume of a pile of gravel. Why guess when you can know for sure? That need for precision is what makes a blue tick. So we've met the 4 types. What now? What do we actually do with this?
This is where the rubber meets the road. Just knowing your own color is only half the battle. The real superpower comes from learning to adapt your communication style to match the person you're talking to. It's about learning to speak their language.
Okay, so you're talking to a red. Rule number 1, get to the point, fast. They respect confidence and brevity. Skip the small talk about the weather, they see it as a waste of time. Focus on results and efficiency. And here's a pro tip, give them a few options. It lets them feel in control, which is something they absolutely need.
Now, if you're with a yellow, you gotta switch gears completely. Be friendly, smile, be sociable. Create a fun, positive vibe. Let them talk. Let them brainstorm their big, crazy ideas. Don't get bogged down in the nitty-gritty details because you'll lose them. But, and this is crucial, always follow up with an email summarizing what you agreed on. They're amazing in ideas, not so much at remembering the details.
Communicating with a green is all about safety and trust. You have to slow down, be patient, don't spring things on them. They need a secure, predictable environment. When you explain a task, lay out the how in clear step-by-step instructions. And if you have to give criticism, for the love of all that is good, do it gently and always in private. Public criticism is their worst nightmare.
And finally, to talk to a blue, you have to do your homework. Period. Come prepared with facts, figures, and data to back up everything you say. They will have questions, so be ready to answer them in detail. Emphasize quality and logic, and most importantly, give them time. They need to process information and analyze it from every angle before they'll commit.
So, when you put this all together, what do you get? It's not just a personality quiz. It's a fundamental shift in perspective. It's a tool that can become your communication superpower.
And this quote really brings it all home. The idiots aren't idiots. They're just different. And once you realize that, you stop trying to force everyone to communicate your way. Instead, you start adjusting to how they hear things. And that right there makes you more persuasive, more effective, and a whole lot more empathetic.
So the book leaves us with a challenge, a question to take with you. Now that you know the code, who in your life are you going to try to understand just a little bit differently tomorrow? Thanks for listening to Daily Review. If you enjoyed it, the best way to support us is to subscribe and leave a rating. Ready to read the book? Using the purchase link in our description directly supports the show and the author. We'll see you tomorrow.